Negotiations in Kaesong, the Kaesong peace talks, dragged on through 1950 to 1951 without much effect. August 19th. Hey, United Nations, what is this? You've entered our Kaesong area unauthorized. This is a neutral area, you see. It's neutral. Neutral!
You communist delegates are all liars. I refuse to apologize for this so-called intrusion. You're making it all up.
If you Americans are going to act that way, then we refuse to negotiate with you.
We don't need your negotiations anyway.
Following the insult by Matthew Ridgway, communists stopped negotiating and talks ended at Kaesong without any compromises worked out. By October, communists were ready to resume, but both sides wanted to relocate. The question whether or not UN forces entered the Kaesong area is still open to some speculation. You know what, Eisenhower, I'm getting kind of impatient. When is the Korean War going to end?
I know. I was elected in your place to stop this war. Gosh darn it, it's been 2 years.
Sometimes I think we work too hard, man. In late July 1950, the U.S. bombed Pyongyang to speed up negotiations. They had little effect and sent the U.S. against Pyongyang. The bombing of North Korea by the U.S. not only did not frighten North Korea, it strengthened their resolve to fight. The communists now refused to back down for fear of losing face with their country. When negotiations remained slow, the U.S. started more bombings in June 1951 against hydroelectric power plants on the Yalu River. The communists suffered from a severe disease epidemic and accused the U.S. of using germ bombs to make them sick. Why did you do this to me?
You know what? I'm sick of this job. Someone replace me.
On October 25th, the talks resumed in Panmunjom, but they bogged down after confusion on what to do with prisoners of war. In October 1952, it seemed a peace treaty was as far off as ever. No! Please have a family!
What do we do with this one?
How would I know what to do with him? You have 10 times as many prisoners as us. It's impossible to do a one-on-one trade with you. The U.S. eventually agreed North Korea would get Kaesong, important symbolically to them as an ancient Korean capital. On April 28th, the U.S. decided to offer new terms to communists.
If you give us prisoners a choice to return to communism and the USSR drops its claim and neutrality, we will prepare to allow North Korea to prepare and remain their bases.
By the end, the armistice agreement was created, made so opposing sides could only enter the territory, airspace, or contiguous waters under control of the other. A peace treaty has still not been signed.